Hello everyone, this is Tuskegee expo, coming with the video analysis versus a player named Jakino or Jakino. I'm sorry if I said that incorrectly. They are a Conqueror 1 player. This is the China mirror here on Dry Arabia. Um, you just see I did mess up the build order to begin with, but overall it's be a very simple game here. But China mirror, just gonna be doing a replay analysis of the game and kind of gives you some background on what happened here. Um, so first to start, build order did start off a little bit incorrectly, like I said. Definitely could be a little bit more management there in that regard. Um, and then we're just do the typical China opening here. Um, my beginning sheep run was not so well. Probably could maximize my scouting a lot better than what it was, but I do like to hit that back corner. Typically speaking, there are at least 3 to 4 sheep to be found, and the closest corner to you. Um, I like to kind of hit basically about 50% of the map to start off with, and then after that I'll do a rotation to the enemy base. By the time it's like minute 3:30, so they should be already clicking up so I can see what they went with. Reason why I go for the granary, sorry, the village so close to the berries there, I do want them to be safe if a raid were to go down. I could be protected from any potential basically raids or anything that nature will come in. You also do see me go for basically the wood that is required to get the mining camp down, because if you do the opening that I did, you don't have the perfect amount of resources to get the mining camp and the village. Right here I think is a mistake on my end. I should have cut my ties with where I was going. Being that I've already seen Jakino or Jakino cut over here and be running back, I should have went ahead and turned back and got to her base and cleared out the rest of her sheep. Seeing that she's already went to the side, that basically guarantees that she already grabbed everything over here, especially with the amount of sheep that she was holding. This one sheep was not worth all of that basically map that I saw. It gave me nothing in return. I could have just kept my time or saved my time and stayed going to her side to get more sheep. Also did go IOTC there for a couple seconds, which is also kind of sad. But yeah. So we are going for a more typical build order here. We're going for Fast Home Dynasty. Basically in the China mirror, for myself personally, like a Conk 1, Conk 2 player, so to speak, depending on where you want to define it as, basically where I'm at right now, or my peak. Song Dynasty is always going to be the best option personally to go for, and I do like to go for the 11-4 split, so it's going to be 11 on food, 4 on gold, and then it's just going to be macroing, getting enough gold from the Imperial Official, which you see me not doing. There's definitely at least enough for 1 or 2 drops right now on the food for the gold, but for some reason I don't do a drop for a while. But it's okay. I got 1 sheep here, and then I was seeing what she was doing. I do see that she started the Imperial Academy, I think it's called. I probably just forgot the name wrong. But I was looking to see if she started the Barbican as well for Song Dynasty. But I am kind of also thinking about food a little bit. I know that basically before I know it, I won't have that much food in the bank to be running off of. So I am looking for a couple other sheep to bring back home to hopefully help suffice in the meantime before we have to get on berries. The berries is such a slowdown of the food per minute that you need like at least, I would say 11 on food, not even, I would say 9 on food. It's a very good amount for the start of a two canoe rush, but once you go into berries, you want like at least like 13 to 14 to keep that up, the same amount of the sheep, give or take there.
熟。一人动。准备就绪。
面练数步中。面杯。
听下边。明白。准备就一人动。命令击。
It's been at 4:42 when dropping the Barbican. We're a little bit late on the Barbican drop here. Typically speaking, you want the Barbican to be coming down in about, I would say, 4:30, so about 12 seconds over from a typical Barbican drop. But it's not too bad. Right now, I'm pulling people off of food because basically having a ton of food is going to be overdoing it as far as the gathering of food goes. I'll have enough right now I have enough for 2 vills and enough for Imperial Official in a couple seconds here once I get the gold that I'm looking for. So there is no point in me having more people on food rather than just 9. That's enough for Jakino production and to also have consistent Imperial Official running at the same time. Now, a lot of people, typically speaking, don't like to make all 4 Imperial Officials. Basically just have 3. Then have 1 on food, 1 on wood, and then the other one just collecting taxes. For me personally, I like to go ahead and get all 4 of them out on the map. Just to produce, or sorry, just to make sure I'm maximizing my potential returns. At this point in the game, I do need to go scout and see what's up with Jakino. I don't know if she's going Song Dynasty or if she's going second TC. In the China Mirror, I feel like you cannot go for the greedy play unless you know your opponent's also going for a greedy play. So if I don't see stone on their end, I'm not touching stone. I know that it's going to basically be a Jakino all in before one of us dies if I don't see stone. So I'm going to check them out. Barbican should be down at this point in the game. Should already be up. They're going for the second TC. The stone should be getting touched just about now, or actually the second TC should be coming down now. So they should already been having that going for themselves. At this point, I could start going for Maz Chukunu with the Imperial Official on the archery range there, but I decided not to. Just go more slower route. Wood production is very important here since I want to go for a ram. I see a TC down, which is also a red flag for me. Second TC, I'm in a 7, so I know that they're going to be going for more greedy play. So I immediately drop down the sorry, I immediately start on blacksmith and start going for the Chukunu in order to begin that production and hopefully get a ram down in the next 2 minutes. I don't have the gold that I'm looking for to start the ram tech, so in the meantime we'll get +1 range defense or start range attack. Because I do see a couple archers streamlining my way, and so I am looking to go clean them up real quick. As the enemy of Jakino here, I don't necessarily like this play. China Mirror archers are basically useless in my opinion. The Jakino just counters archers so well. So since I know that they're streamlining archers over, I know that they can't have that much wood at the moment. They're just trying to, they're just starting out basically their second TC. And I still have not seen that Barbican, so I don't know where they're at as far as the Barbican on Song Dynasty or is it just second TC. If it's not a Song Dynasty here, then I honestly don't like this play. I think that you get more bang for your buck if you're on Song Dynasty. I know it's a little more expensive, it's harder to afford it as far as making food or making units go and creating villagers, but it's worth it as far as the return. But in this regard, I see a couple archers out and I don't see any more aggression from Jakino, so I'm about to go start pressing them and hopefully be able to ram rushing them in the next 1 minute. At the moment, basically not able to keep production going completely, kind of go lacking at the moment, but I am starting to ram tech the next right there. So right now, Jakino also very important to make sure I have that production going. And here we go with the food problems. Like I said, you're gonna need more people on food than just 9 or 10 because the sheep give you a faster return than the berries do. The berries do give you more gold since you drop off faster with the berries. And so at this point, I honestly say you could probably take 1 bill off of gold maybe kind of over macroing on the gold
大家群
and start rallying to food. 13 people plus the tech on wood is enough to have the concentrated production and have a little bit being stored up to drop that first round. As I come towards Jakino's base, I notice that the village is far out. I personally am not a fan of this. That exposed village basically guarantees that once my first ram is down, that I'm taking that. You want to have that village tucked away in the back. If you're going to have it out front like that, you need to protect it. It's very important. You see me starting to float a lot of gold here, so I go ahead and decide I'm going to pull off 3 bills worth of gold, put them on food. And then we'll also go heavier onto wood as well. And then this is where I got tripped up. See, in this position, I should already know that she's doing something. I see basically no units on the map. So I know that there's some type of either aggression that she's just saving up for, or B, she's going fast castle. But here she goes fast castle as we see. And I did get scared for a moment, but keeping my head cool. My immediate next step is to go ahead and be to start to go into castle myself. So I can now pressure Jakino, basically with no interruptions. I know that they won't be able to hurt me in this regard, being that I'm already pressuring them. And in the meantime, that'll give me all the time I need to go for castle myself. Taking away 40 population is going to be huge here. You're basically going to be at a huge windfall. They're going to have to drop down to the village, which is another 125 wood that they have to spend in order to keep up. In the meantime, I get to get a little bit ahead with that. I can start pressuring them, and they just went castle. So they'll have to make a decision here. Either A, they go for Palace Guard, which I'm not a fan of in this position here. I would honestly say go better into Jakino and go for your own Jakino spam. And or B, go for relics. Doing fast castle or knights. Knights will also be a really good play actually. She does lose 4 vills to start here for this little rush. So it is kind of hurting here. And then as well, just cleaning up the units. So here's minute 11. She went castle maybe a minute and a half before me. And now I'm going castle behind this. At this point here, she's losing a lot of vills. So it's basically throwing away the full advantage that she got from the second CC. Second CC dropped at minute 7, I would say. And she's basically lost all the vills that were produced from the second CC. Man, if I was paying attention a little bit more, I could have gotten that pretty official. It's okay, I do get the other one right here though. So yeah, this hurts. The advantage that was given to the second CC is all gone, and at this point here for me, it's important that I begin to tech up into an appropriate response to what I'm seeing. I'm on a hunt, so I'll get the hunt tech, and then also start horticulture. I want to gather food as fast as I can here. And if you notice, I don't have any imperial fishes on wood. I don't have a necessary means for wood at the exact moment. I will soon, but I am floating food. So at this point here, wood is becoming my main concern at this point. Once those foods complete all that food down berries, still go ahead and transfer over to wood, and we'll be able to continue on. Gathering all the food that we need, gathering all the wood that we need in order to be able to drop down our first monastery. She did go castle before me, but there are still at least 4 relics. Okay, all 5 relics are on the map here, so there's a good chance for me to still get at least 3 relics, which would be huge for me, being that I am behind, technically speaking, since I don't have many builds, but off of that push, I probably am ahead at this point. You can't tell, because obviously I don't know where she is build count wise, but it feels like if anything we're gonna be even here. She's lost her second TC, so at this point the only thing on my mind is grab as many relics as you can and go for all that you can as far as military might. I do see these units starting to come over to my side, so where my food is, so I know that there's at least a little bit of a rush coming towards my way as far as Palace Guard spam goes, and so I'm going to mash energy and go Palace Guard spam as well. Palace Guard Jakino or Palace Guard crossbow is basically the best composition to go here, since I'm seeing her go for Palace Guard herself. People say don't go for techs that you're not using, so like grabbing the spearman tech there is unnecessary because I'm not making any spearmen, but I think it's about 25 gold to buy the spearman tech, and since it's in the range of the Imperial Academy, I get more gold back from the tech than I do paying for it, so it's a little bit of a net buff. And then the same goes for the, I think forestry is the name of the tech. You get more gold back from forestry than you do buying it, so it's a little bit of a bonus on your end for a small amount of extra gold. I am rallying to go to this point here. I'm kind of gold dry, which you can see. And also food will become an issue again here.
该干活
Um,
了，
but in the meantime, I'm just looking to mass up as much as I can in order to
尽在
get a
前
strong
往。
mass together. I do notice that one relic in the far right corner of the map is gone. Now 2 relics are gone. There's two relics on the right side of the map both gone. So my next thoughts are, okay, if they are going for relics here, I do need to be competitive grabbing these relics. That's the most important thing in the game. And now I'm starving. I need food. I can't keep village production going, so this is important that I protect my villagers here as they go into deer. And then I see this large intercom, and I was hoping that I'd be able to just quietly grab this food without being pressed, but I do see the incoming, oh, and then barbecue starts as well. I do see the incoming raid, so I know that I have to go well. Fortunately, I'm already floating a lot of wood, so I can go ahead and start the grenade transition. The only issue here is that versus a player that will basically be raiding me enough, this is not going to work. At this point, I'll have to go into the berries and the forward part of my base here, which is what I should have done instead of basically waiting forever, because I don't make any of those for a long time now at this point. But instead of going for the berries, we go ahead for this grenade transition. I don't think this is a good idea on my end. And I also start going for stone. I'm floating a lot of gold, and I don't have a means to spending at the moment. I do go ahead and start doing all my blacksmith tests I can afford. I'm just going to go ahead and get everything that I can. And my next concern is I don't want to get raided. I know that basically the raids would put them back into the game here, and it would get really difficult for me to survive in this current realm. With 3 relics in my hand, I don't have a means of really spending all this gold that I'm currently making, plus I can't make villagers right now. I'm basically just waiting on income to come in, and I see that they have made, sorry, I forget the names of these things. I've seen that they're making SCVs, so my next concern is I want to basically match them in the same army conflict they're doing. So I start making my own SCVs as well, and then I also am concerned about basically getting raided on my food. It's really important that I get enough time going with my food transition that it can pay off. If I can probably get another 2 minutes of food transition, then it was worth it. And I really want to get a keep over there in order to begin my own safe food production. I could go for the walls or stone walls, which I also think would be honestly a better decision rather than a keep. But I don't decide to go for the stone walls. I decide to go and go for a keep here, which is a safe play. It's probably the most efficient play. The walls would have been a little bit cheaper than spending 900 stone for a single keep, and then I could have spent the rest on the TC. I do begin to see the raid, but I am basically making the counter comp here, so I don't have to worry about that raid. And as you can see, we have been making villages for a while. We're just not making villages, and we are trying to start grabbing the sacred sites. That gold production is just, or that gold income is just so important here. I don't have to have anyone on gold, and I can still make enough gold to make it worth my time. So minute 17. Here we go. I'm about to drop my first keep here. Basically waiting until we finish. This little gold culture, this little stone patch here. I do grab my first sacred site, and I also grab the Barbican tech as well. I think that's a really good tech. I don't see people get it a lot, but it does help protect your base a lot. The Barbican is very strong. The base hand cannon shot is not anything to write home about, but ultimately the Springle shot is something that I would write home about. It's a very strong shot. And as you see here, I'm dropping the stone, or dropping the keep a little bit forward to my base. I am starting to lack in the gold department, so I do want to start by getting onto gold. Not too many vills, since I do have free gold production going at the moment. And this is where I make my next, I would say, best decision. I go ahead and decide to go for the TC. At this point in the game, grenade transition is starting, we're getting strong. Now I need to boom. If they were to push me, I know that I can defend myself. There won't be any raid that's basically going to kill me at this point in the game. I did a really good raid earlier when I took a second TC. So my only concern is getting enough TCs down. Basically at this point I want to go for about 2 to 3 TCs at least. And I just want to mass boom to that 120, 130 population count. I'm still going for the farm transition, and I'm just trying to make sure that my base is cleared here. I do know that Barbican is still a little problem there, and I want to go and take care of it. I want to get back onto Hunt if I can, just as an extra food source. The Hunt does give me a little bonus food, and it's going to be worth it here. The wood line to the top of my base near the gold post, I should wall that off in order to funnel all the units straight into that keep there, since I dropped the keep. But I am still making Nested Bee, Palace Guard, and crossbowman, basically the best composition that I can in this position. And then since I can't really afford crossbowman at a certain time, I just make Jakino just fill in. Jakino are very strong in this matchup here as well. They basically can counter their Palace Guards just as good. I'm beginning to see a horseman raid. Not a fan of the horseman in this regard as far as the enemy goes. I think that it would probably be a little better if you just stick to Jakino crossbowman as well. But I do go ahead and pull the villagers for a quick pass wall or to go ahead and heal the wall in the meantime while you just get over to the base to attack. When I begin this fight here, I felt really good about this fight. Basically, for the moment, it looks like we're winning this fight. I'm not watching the fight, which is actually a problem. I should be watching these fights a lot better because I look back and I actually lost enough to beat, and I'm near to lose this one as well. But I do have the mask out in order to win this fight convincingly. And if you saw me destroy that archery range, you might be wondering why. It's because I do want to get basically as many farms as I can inside of that range. For the granary in order to get the maximum return that I can on it. Since I would spend 150 on the granary, I feel like this would be more worth it rather than going the archery range. I can move the archery range over and still get all the archers done across the canoe. At this point in the game, I have plenty of stone. I'm actually considering going ahead and dropping down my next TC. I want to drop down 2 more here. After I take down this Barbican, and then I also want to go back onto food as well. I want to start rallying onto other food sources. I want to pull basically everyone off of wood that I don't need. Which will be about at least 20 builds off of wood for the long term. But the game is going to call GG here. This is really quite nice, my first game versus my Conqueror. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
一系准备就绪，
准备继续工作。
工程 T， 你带指令走。谁死更少，准备好武器。